Yo, 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 what's happening? This your boy, the Professor. Want to invite y'all to another episode of the Professor's Discourse. Class is in session. Check it out. Yo, what it do? Want to welcome everybody to this new episode. Once again, I got my boy JR in the building. I got my boy Ace Boogie in the building. Want to say what's up to y'all, everybody. What up, man? Y'all speak to the people, man.
Yo, what up, people? This is Junior in the house tonight. We just want to give y'all a good little show tonight. We ain't got many topics, but we're going to give you what we got, keep y'all engaged, keep y'all informed. Hope y'all ready for it.
And it's Ace coming out the 504, that group, Crescent City. Thank y'all for tuning in to another show. Hopefully we can give y'all some new perspectives. Check out, man. Happy to be here.
Real talk. We in the building. We're going to jump right on into it, y'all. Hey, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no need to waste. We're going to jump right on into it. Might as well. Y'all need to see this right here. You know, hey, where my golden ticket at? I need to see that. I need to be that.
We're going to be doing something else that's going to be very, very good. We're going to be selling a gold card. You have a green card. This is a gold card. We're going to be putting a price on that card of about $5 million, and that's going to give you green card privileges plus. It's going to be a route to citizenship, and wealthy people will be coming into our country by buying this card. They'll be wealthy, and they'll be successful, and they'll be spending a lot of money and paying a lot of taxes and employing a lot of people. And we think it's going to be extremely successful. Never been done before or anything like this, but it's something that we're going to be putting out over the next, would you say 2 weeks, Howard? Do you want to say a couple of words about it?
Sure.
Mr. President, are there
Wait a
any
minute.
requirements for that
Hang on a
gold
sec.
card? Do you have to invest a certain amount of money in this country in order to qualify for that gold card?
Yeah, exactly.
So
Go
the
ahead.
EB-5 program was really, you lend some money, but it was full of nonsense, make-believe and fraud, and it was a way to get a green card that was low priced. So the president said, rather than having this sort of ridiculous EB-5 program, we're going to end the EB-5 program. We're going to replace it with the Trump Gold Card, which is really a green card gold. So they'll be able to pay $5 million to the U.S. government. They'll have to go through vetting, of course. We're going to make sure they're wonderful, world-class global citizens. They can come to America. The president can give them a green card, and they can invest in America, and we can use that money to reduce our deficit.
Really?
Why do we give out lotteries of green cards? Why do we give out EB-5 for green cards? The President of the United States understands that the right answer is, why don't we eliminate the deficit of the United States of America instead?
The gold card, well, millions, but the gold card will bring in with it people that create jobs, very high level people. I think companies will pay to get people in. For instance, you today graduate from the Wharton School of Finance or Harvard or Stanford or any college, and nobody knows if you can even go to work for a company. So Apple and all these companies that want to get people to be working for them will be able to buy a card, and for the people that are number one in their class at top schools, I see that as one of the things. But generally speaking, it'll be people with money and people that create jobs, and they won't have to pay any tax on income outside of the United States, which they're not paying right now. They're not citizens, but they'll have to pay if they create jobs in the United States. They'll pay full taxes like everybody else. So you're getting big taxpayers, big job producers, and we'll be able to sell maybe 1 million of these cards, maybe more than that. And if you add up the numbers, they're pretty good. As an example, 1 million cards would be worth $5 trillion. $5 trillion.
Wow.
And if you sell 10 million of the cards, that's a total of $50 trillion. Well, we have 35 trillion in debt. That'd be nice. So we'll see. But it could be great. Maybe it will be fantastic. We have it all worked out from the legal standpoint. It's totally legal to do. Hasn't been done before. It's been done in many different forms. We give them away. Why should we give them away? We shouldn't give them away. And I think it's something very exciting. I think it's potentially just something that we're all very excited about. So it's a gold card. It's somewhat like a green card, but at a higher level of sophistication. It's a road to citizenship for people. And essentially people of wealth or people of great talent, where people of wealth pay for those people of talent to get in, meaning companies will pay for people to get in and to have long-term status in the country. And I think it's something we're very, very happy about. Would you have anything to say about that?
Well, many other countries, by the way, do this, including, of course, your 51st state does that.
And the money's earmarked for deficit reduction?
It may be earmarked for deficit, but it actually could be more money than that. I mean, if you did 10 million, you'd have $15 trillion left over. But generally, it's going to be paid down debt. Yes.
Do you need Congress for this? Do you think you need to
No, we
pass
don't
a
need
law?
Congress. No, because we're not doing citizenship. We're doing the card.
I see.
It's a path. It's a path to citizenship, a very strong path to citizenship. But we're not doing the citizenship. For that, I'd have to get Congress.
And would all countries be eligible for this gold card?
Depends. The countries largely, the people will be vetted very carefully. Buddy,
On that gold card, getting back to that, I'm fascinated by this, Mr. President.
you should be fascinated by it. Your taxes will go down to nothing.
Would a Russian oligarch be eligible for a gold card?
Yeah, possibly. Hey, I know some Russian oligarchs that are very nice people. It's possible. They're not quite as wealthy as they used to be. They're not as wealthy as they used to be. I think they can afford. I think they can afford $5 million.
So they
No, a lot of people are going to want
They would be eligible.
A lot of people are going to want to be in this country, and they'll be able to work and provide jobs and build companies and pay taxes. All of those things. It's an incredible thing. I mean, this is the group that is the first to hear it. Nobody's heard about it. Nobody ever thought about it. But we've been thinking about it very, very strongly over the last week. And I was going to announce it sometime next week. And I figured, why not? We have a lot of cameras blazing right now. We might as well do it now. We'll have Caroline announce it the next time. No, it's a great thing. The gold card. Remember the words, the gold card. Somebody said, can we call it the Trump gold card? I said, if it helps, use the name Trump. I'll give it to you for free.
I like
Mr.
it.
President, you probably just launched 10,000 stories. Do you want to elaborate a little bit more on what Russian oligarchs you know
I
or
know.
don't know?
Isn't it interesting how many stories we do tell? And they all turn out to be true, and they all turn out to be ultimately correct. Trump was right about everything. Do you have one of those Trump was right about everything hats? I'm going to give it to this gentleman. Get me one of them.
But they're all going to be vetted. Everybody who comes in gets vetted, okay? They get vetted. So you got to, we're going to begin in 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks. The sale will start in about 2 weeks.
Mr. President, do you see a more
That's a lot to unpack. Let me get right here real quick. That's a lot to unpack. Really? The great sale will begin in 2 weeks. What's y'all words? The great sale will begin in 2 weeks.
Well, you know what? Let me get in on this. This hates me because I already know the position. Well, I'm not going to say I know the position, but let me play devil's advocate for starts. Okay? Like I said on the last show, Trump is Nino Brown. Man. Trump is not a politician. He's a businessman. All he talking is numbers. You say, listen to me, you make this much. Ain't no presidents talking like that. I ain't never hear Obama say that. I ain't never hear Bush say it. I ain't never hear Clinton or goddamn Obama or Biden. They don't talk like that. This man talk like we talk. If you notice the vibe in the Oval Office, they in there laughing. Ain't nobody challenging him like, no, you can't do that, or that's absurd. Or, man, they in there laughing, kicking and cracking jokes. So uh, just to speak to the vibe of the whole announcement, man. It really wasn't no uproar or no pushback, because you can see he already thought about it. He had the answers for you. Now we doing the cards. We ain't doing citizenship. So we don't need Congress. So that was already planned. They thought about that shit. You know what I'm saying? And what they plan on doing, to my understanding, is they eliminating what's already in process. What's already what and that's one thing I like about Trump, though. You know, he got his flaws, but he got a lot of positive shit that go with him too. For instance, by him implementing all this shit, it got you researching and figuring out like what's really going on. Like, you know, it make you understand what's already in place that he's trying to change. For instance, what he's doing is replacing this thing called EB-5 program. It says created in Congress in 1992, and the program can grant green cards to immigrants who make a minimum investment of at least 1,050,000 or 800,000. Get this, in economically distressed zones called targeted employment areas to create jobs for American workers, according to the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service website. Okay, so they already got in place if these immigrants invest in the hood, the economically distressed zones, the hood, it's gonna create jobs. Okay, that's why. So we wonder why these why the
Arabs,
Jew man, right,
Jews,
right,
Jew
why they
man,
got the
Arabs, yeah,
why they got
Arabs.
the gas stations and the liquor shops and the liquor
Seven
shops
year
and all
tax
that.
free,
Yeah,
7 year tax
yeah,
free.
yeah. But I ain't gonna be long with it. I just want to get all my points out.
You right, you right.
So
I'm sorry. I'm just highlighting. I was highlighting.
it,
So
it's all good. It's all good, man. But so what's already in place is you pay $1 million, 1,050,000 or 800,000, right? And create these make believe jobs for Americans because we already know, with all due respect, the Chinese restaurants, the sushi bars and all that. I ain't seeing nothing but them in there. With all due respect, the nail shops. I ain't seeing nothing but them in there. Ain't no Americans being hired up in them shops. Ain't no Americans in the Arab in the Arab store pumping gas or setting. No, it might be like every now and then you might see maybe one or two working the cash register or whatever. But the whole point is the president, Mr. Trump. He like, okay, y'all got this in place. No, we gonna tax it 5 million. Let's raise up to 5 million. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you already got this BS in place for 1 million. No, we want 5 million, and you gotta do this and that and this, and then you know the cargo come from us. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, I I feel that. I feel what Trump doing, man, because it's already BS in place. So he like, okay, y'all got this in place. We gonna up the price on it. We gonna up the price on it, and I respect that. And that's my spirit.
very interesting take. Very interesting take. JR, what you got? What you got, my man?
Yeah. What's up, man? I just want to piggyback out to what Mr. A said. He is very right in saying so that these people come into the underprivileged neighborhoods and set up shop, and after a few years, they make their money, and then they leave it to the next one, and they do the same thing for 7 years, and then it's just a cycle, brother. And I don't even know if I've ever seen anybody other than the nationality owning that establishment that worked there ever. And if they were working there aftermarket, like paying them hand to hand cash. It wasn't like I'm getting a check from them or nothing, and I can go file this on some W-2s or anything of that nature.
Right.
To start off, it sounds promising. You know, if we are going to actually pay off the deficit, get that off of the backs of the American people for the next 5 to 6 generations to come, because trillions is not going to just get trickled away that fast. You know, that's going to take millions and millions of taxpayers' dollars going towards that, keeping a already underserved community, the middle class, super taxed, where they can't ever go out and have anything or put back for any type of generational wealth of their own. So they could possibly become, you know, in the upper 1%, 2%, 3% in America. Um, my question though would be, what about the poor people still seeking asylum and a green card here? Is this going to completely shut that operation down completely? Whereas we only want the rich over here, and
Mhm.
the poor people that's happen to be a tan shade darker than the people coming from Russia, you know, would that completely deter them from coming to this country at all? When America was founded specifically on nothing but European immigrants coming here, you know, and forcibly taking land from native copper colored people, I would think that would be just a complete slap in the face of all people of color, because for them to come, it was okay. And they continued to take land until they had basically just put Native Americans on a reservation and said, hey, all this is our land and y'all have none. We'll just write you a check every month after we had annihilated almost all of them. So that's my only weary thing of it. You know, it's great to build up the business aspect because, like I told you, this is the USA Incorporated. People still think this place that we live in is not a business. Because you're naive, you're still thinking that. Because if you go back and read your Constitution, there is no IRS there. There is only a simple government placed there. Where did all these lobbyists and other people come from? It came because they were able to pad the pockets of these legislators and these senators and these congressmen and these other politicians into doing their agenda rather than the agenda of what the American people voted them in to do. That's why when you see these people out on these political trails, they're trying to sell you all the dreams that sound great for the simple common man living in the middle class and just trying to get ahead in life, him and his family, and you know his sister and his brother and cousins family and whatnot. But they try to sell it to you as that, but they already have an agenda at hand to get that vote, and they're going to discard you to the next 4 years, 6 year election time. They're going to do you like a dirty rag. They're going to do you like an old shoe. So just understand that this is a business. This is the USA Incorporated. It's not the U.S. United States of America. It's United States of America Incorporated. Your birth certificate is actually a stock number, if you do not know that. It's being traded daily, and you're the commodity. And that's my take on that.
Interesting take, brother. You know, a lot of facts is being given out. You know, on both brothers' behalves. I just look at this right here. You know, just a couple things that just kind of stuck out to me was that how does this conflict of interest go now with the birthright? Because if these particular people get gold cards for the 5 mil, they can legitimately have children inside of America that can become American citizens. So they get, you know, around the birthright that Trump talked about he wanted to eradicate because he didn't want poor migrants or immigrants necessarily to come into this country for free through the American process that we've known. Outside of this EB-5, this EB-5 is a different thing. The EB-5 is definitely different. It is facts that you do have to drop $800,000 to $1 million to you know get in. And, you know, hey, if you can charge 5 mil for it, because I mean inflation took place, so I mean, you know, it is your inflation, so you don't put inflation in place, so you charging 5 now for it. You know, it's not necessarily the Russian oligarchs you're worried about. It's anybody can pay to play. This is like a rich man's playground. This will be also become with the haves and have-nots. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. And the bigger question I look at is this country has always thrived about, you know, building from within out. Now are we looking at a country that's where outsiders have a better advantage than indigenous? Like, we were born and bred here, so we were to just bow out to an outsider. I mean, in essence, he's already done that with Elon Musk. Elon Musk ain't an American. He's South African. He was able to accumulate wealth and made some good business decisions and bought some companies and accumulated more wealth through his investments, through his contracts that he has with the government and different things of different natures. But he's an outsider. He's not an American. No matter how much he can gain from America or put into America to get more financial gain, he's not American. We are. Now, in the end, if the intent of this $5 million for the golden card, as he wants to say, the Trump gold card, if the intent is to bring us into the fruition that we want in this country, then I'm all for it. But if the ulterior motive is to just scam the fucking American people and to just flat-footedly do it in front of our faces, it's like, damn, we really don't need to see that. We definitely don't want to see this country turn to a dictatorship. You know, we've seen a lot of admirations for other dictators in this country from our current president, and that shit doesn't resonate with this country. Like it resonates in the fool's mind, and in that sense, it's like, yeah, we gotta look strong in front of everybody, right? Like, stop. You ain't got to be that guy. Either you can do it, you can do the job, or you can't do the job. And I mean, like, if we're gonna bring this industry back to America, like for real, invest in our infrastructure, then that's what's up. But we can't be so insulated to where it's about America and we ain't invested into what the world is doing in our best interest. We can't lose that focus. Can't be about, oh, everybody got to come kiss our ass, because everybody turn on your ass when you feel like you better than everybody else. You turning your nose up to everybody else. Like, that shit don't fly with everybody. Like, you high siding, You from the same hood, nigga. What you doing? And that's my spiel. We can move to the next subject if anybody else have one thing want to add to this event with this gold card. I mean, you know, the Willy Wonka card. You know, you ain't gonna go find it in the store. You're gonna have to put some bread up. $5 million per card.
You had to pay for Willy Wonka's too. You just had to buy plenty of chocolate. It
Right.
just wasn't 5 million. It just wasn't 5 million worth.
Yeah, but you weren't guaranteed that gold card. You know what I'm saying? But this cat said, "Hey, you guaranteed $5 million. Hey, we're gonna bet you." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna bet you. That means that basically you got, you know what I'm saying, 50 million that you just like, you know what? I want to bring 10 people over here. You know what I'm saying? I got 10 million people come. I got 10 people coming over. 5 million. 50 million. Dropping 50 million. It's like people can buy, it's like buying new slaves or some shit. Like that person that they bring over, because think about what he was saying. He was like, yo, these tech firms, these tech companies like Apple, because he threw Apple in there. He was like, Apple can bring over somebody. So now that one person, is he coming by himself or herself? Or are they bringing their family? Are they willing to spend $5 million on their fams? You know, like, where does it stop?
To get out of war-torn country, you do whatever it took, you know. And it ain't no price on my family, you know what I'm saying? If I got it and I'm living in a war-torn country and I got skills that they willing to pay for, is no cost that's too high to protect my family.
Well, in that dynamic, I can see some people running, you know, for refuge here in this country. I can see that. That's a definite, and that's gonna always happen. But they're not gonna always spend $5 million to do that. These are not folks that are in a distressed situation that he's targeting. This is who got that bread and trying to come up in America? We for sale. What you got? What you got on it? I got 5 on it. You know what I'm saying? He got 5 on it. Like, hey, I want 5 on it. That's crazy though. Like, to just put the country for sale like that. And take it as a joke.
Well, like Ace said, he's not a politician. He's a businessman. So money talk, bullshit run a marathon with him. So if it's about the greenbacks, the mucho dinero, hey, it's gonna move mountains with him. But all the filibustering that's done by the other politicians, that's not gonna work with this guy. He's strictly about Nino Brown, the takeover.
So are we in the cusp of a dictatorship?
Not a dictatorship in my eyes, where it's more of a authorian type of leadership. I don't know if you know that term, but it's more or less, it's not a dictator, but it's basically his way of the highway. But he's not a dictator because unfortunately people went out and elected the guy. So that's, like I said, it's
But that's how they all
twofold.
start.
The
That's how
the,
they
the, the
all start.
people the people that he promised stuff to, he turned his back on. So
Hey,
I'm actually getting a laugh off of them. So you know,
hey, I'm not sitting back saying that my popcorn ain't being entertained right now. I'm just popping popcorn and talking shit because it's like, hey, the guy told you who he was before he got here. He can't change the top layer, but what I'm saying is they elected other dictators throughout history. Like people elect dictators. Do you think right now what we're seeing in this country is that this country wants that or is trying to avoid that? That's a question. I'm asking that y'all a general question. Like, do you think this country really wants a dictator or is trying to avoid a dictator?
I think the
I
country
would try.
wants one because I think they want it because we had Biden and we saw how weak he looked on national stage, falling up the stairs, falling down the stairs, talking weak, stuttering, mumbling, embarrassing the country. We had to watch 4 years of that shit. So I mean, the American people, they letting Donald Trump off the leash, man. They letting him run them up simply because of what they experienced in the last 4 years. That's my opinion.
I agree, but they didn't have to choose him. They had another potential candidate on the ballot, which would have served, but America's just not ready to turn the corner. And if we know about demographics, we all understand there's more women than men here in the US. But guess what? Those women are being told by their husband. He doesn't even know who they voting for in the box, but you better not vote for that woman in that box. And that
Right.
was the final word he told her when they were getting out the truck.
Right. But I want to throw this caveat. A woman told me, she said, I can't vote a difference of my sons. If my sons are this particular color, I gotta go with this particular shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what this woman told me. You know, race does not matter. It was what she said. It was so profound. So gotta look at it like this, man. It's gonna be hard for to see that corner ever get turned in this country where we see a woman be in leadership and on that highest regard as far as being the president. I thought they was gonna make a slick move and just let Biden go ahead and step aside and then just promote her to president to just go ahead and force the issue, but they didn't. They remained classy, so I'm glad they did that. But this country ain't gonna do it. Not in this time zone we got right now. This temperature too hot. We on the cusp of some like real bullshit. It just take the right shit to happen. You know what I'm saying? For it to be like, fuck that. Like,
Well, the way they looking at it is within the last 10 years, we've already given you a black president and a black vice president. What else do you want? That's something that they would say, but they're
that's
like, ain't that enough for you?
right.
Sit back
Right.
and play your role for the next 40, 50 years. Now we done gave you one.
Gave you one. We gave you the uprising. We told you niggas you matter, you motherfuckers, and this, that, and the third. But nah, that's what the problem is. Because it's like we built this. It's time for y'all to stop acting like y'all entitled. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's time, but you can't knock them for being entitled because they got all the fucking money. And everybody go running them for the money. We can't never come together because it's been embedded in us to stay divided. It's like divide and conquer. It's never been about unison because we can't come together because we can't agree on the simplistic shit without somebody getting upset to the point of where, hey, we're gonna cuss each other out because of something that don't even matter. You stepped on my shoe. You wearing that shoe thinking it's gonna always look brand new. Like, let you taking it home every night and cleaning it every night, and you still ain't gonna keep it brand new. it's still gonna get worn out. That soul gonna still ride out because it's not made to last forever. You can keep it in the box, keep it airtight. That means you ain't gonna ever wear a shoe. So what was the purpose of even buying a damn shoe? To say I got it. I got it. The priorities are fucked up. That's where our problem is. Just because I got it, you ain't doing shit with it. I remember when the smartphones first came out, and I used to fuck with motherfuckers. I'd be like, yo, you got all the maps. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yo, what you doing with them? Shit, I just be fucking with this one. Yep, exactly. The fucking phone's smarter than you. That's why they call it a fucking smartphone. But it just flew over motherfuckers' heads. It was like, whatever. And it's like, it's the same shit we in right now. This shit is all fucking fault. Because motherfuckers put autopilot on and wanted to watch cable TV and watch, this bullshit facade of somebody wearing J's or Michael Jordan scored more points in this game. And Kobe scored more points in this game. And LeBron got more points than these. That shit don't matter. Tom Brady got more rings than other motherfuckers, but he lost to Eli Manning twice. Come on. Who gives a fuck? It's that frivolous shit where you see people in Iraq, you see people in Israel, in the Gaza Strip, they still waiting on their relatives to come back home on some shit. They trading like for every like one person that's of Israel, the Palestinians getting like 100 people that Israel done captured. But that's irrelevant. You know what I'm saying? Like they like, oh, we're gonna release y'all like 3 of them, and y'all gonna release us 300. It's like, come on, man. Like that's the value that they got for the people. But that's like an undertone. We worried about one person can come over into America for $5 million. But for real, $5 million. Oh, they're gonna create wealth for America because they're gonna create jobs. Out of what? What they gonna do? I didn't accept things up, man. I'm kind of done with that one. I'm a little like it's like the biggest fucking joke that we ever seen. It's like just because he's stronger than Biden is in the regards of he can stand there and talk shit and he a businessman and he ain't a politician. Man, he the biggest fucking joke we ever fucking seen. Like he's a fucking joke. And you think people are holding him in high regards? It's like, nah, he gonna do something that is unprecedented, and people are afraid of that part. And that shit is like, that's what y'all wanted. The last topic we're gonna touch on real quick. They got this unidentified illness that killed 50 people in the Congo. That's in Africa, y'all. This article we have here, we don't have any video. We do have an article. Let's see if I can bring that to the center stage right quick. Unidentified illness have killed over 50 people in Congo in the last 5 weeks. WHO reports. A yet unidentified illness has killed 53 people and potentially infected hundreds more in the Democratic Republic of the Congo. The World Health Organization is investigating the outbreak. They're saying that the first cases of the mysterious disease in the northwestern village of Balako, the start of the outbreak was traced back to 3 young children who died between January 10th and January 13th. The children reportedly ate a bat before developing symptoms, which started a fever, headache, diarrhea, and fatigue, and later progressed to more severe symptoms such as vomiting blood. I do remember we heard things about a bat a couple years ago. Additional cases of the illness appeared in Biloco over the following days, and more happened in the nearby village of Danda. By January 27th, Biloco had recorded 10 cases, including 7 deaths, and Danda reported 2 cases and 1 death. That put it at 8. Then, on February 13th, health authorities reported a second cluster of illnesses in Beaumate, another village in northwest Congo. As of February 15th, there have been 431 cases and 53 deaths reported between the two regions, according to the report. This data reflects a case fatality rate of just over 12%, with nearly half of the fatalities occurring within 48 hours of symptoms developing. However, the circumstances by which people become exposed to the illness have not been established. The report notes, officials also haven't found clear indications of disease spread between the two outbreak locations, with Biloco and Danda in one zone and Beaumate or Beaumont, or however you pronounce it, in another. In other words, the two outbreaks could potentially be separate illnesses. Damn. What's your thoughts on that?
It's scary, Mike G. Last time we heard from animal to human transmission,
Right.
the whole world got shut down.
You know what I'm talking about? That's why I said like that bat. I was like, whoa.
So it's very eerily reminiscent.
Yeah.
And if I could put my finger on it, I would say from the symptoms that you read, it's going to be related to like dehydration or something like that, because you said diarrhea, vomiting, and if
Yeah.
you're in a third world country with no access to IV and IV fluids, that would be very detrimental, because you think you can just drink body armor or liquid IV, but when you can't keep anything down, then you don't have that option. That's not going to be a alternative option. And then you're steady putting it out on the front end and the back end. So children quickly get dehydrated quickly.
Yeah.
So, and I'm under the impression if we're eating bats, we hungry as hell. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like
Hey, that's a different dynamic right there. You feel me?
that. That's what I'm telling you. It's not like, oh, let's just go to the grocery store and grab us a pack of chicken or something. You know, that's not nothing I would even think of. I would fathom of eating. So
That ain't part of your everyday diet, eating bats.
no, sir. I would have to be at the cannibalistic state, almost at the cannibalistic state, before I'm considering eating a bat, which is a scavenger. I
I
don't
thought you I thought
scavenger.
you I thought you ate wings though. You know what I'm saying? I thought you liked them wings though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do. I like it from a chicken, which is a cross between a fowl and a and a buzzard. So if
Yeah,
people don't
whatever.
know that, a chicken
Yeah.
that's what a chicken is. It made it with a buzzard and a air fowl. So chicken tastes good because buzzards would eat anything, and they were like, dog, I don't want to eat this thing that'll eat anything, especially a roadkill, but it tastes so good. So they blended the two. But back to the story. But yeah, man, it's very. It puts you in a very humbling state to understand these kids. This happened to the kids first, because they were just looking for something to eat, and you see so many people waste food, throw food away, and they're like, it didn't taste like how I wanted it. Send it back, throw it out. You know how restaurants do. We've all worked at one, and the manager, like after I was working at a fast food restaurant, it was named Crystals, but after so long, that whole grill would have to get discard, and she'd come count each one, and I would just throw it in a discard bucket when it would be homeless people at our trash receptacle fishing in there for food. And I'm like, this is so inhumane. We throwing this food out and that man out there digging in the trash. But I'm a 14, 15-year old making 450. So what did I know? I was like, well, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to get in trouble. But that's how America thinks. It would rather throw food away than give it to the needy. And
Oh
that's
yeah.
my spiel on that.
Hey, I don't want to cut you off, Ace. I just want to jump in real quick and say this right here to this. I remember when I've worked restaurants, a number of them, and I remember I worked at one in particular where they had this mashed potatoes. At the end of the night, they would be like, "Hey, we got like 3, 4, 5 pounds of mashed potatoes. What we gonna do with it? We gonna throw it away? Just keep a count of how much we throw it away." I'm like, just give me the bag. Like I'll take it to somebody. Somebody will eat this because it wasn't nothing wrong with it. You know, just getting rid of it for no damn reason. And it was just, I did work for this one company where I remember this executive would buy the food for everybody, and whatever was not eaten or whatever wasn't taken from the people that was like, hey, they gonna go and get an extra plate. They would round up all the food and take the food to like a stew pot. If y'all ain't familiar with Jacktown, we got this pot, that they call it the stew pot, but they would drop it off at the stew pot and give it to or ride out and disperse it amongst the homeless. Ace, what you got on that, man? It's just like this illness, bro. That
Yeah, I'm gonna take a different route in this year. Again, first off, let's talk about Congo. It's in Africa, right?
right?
So, second, let me just see here. See if I can clear this up. What resources are extracted from the Congo?
Are we on that? That's we on.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking. What so the
I
resources are gold, diamonds,
okay.
copper,
All right.
uh,
Mineral deposits. Mineral deposits.
cobalt, whatever that is, and something called uh, titanium, something like that. Anyway, they got a plethora of and lithium. They also lithium. They also have the resource lithium over there that they mine. So they mine all those resources over there in the Congo. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
and so that's a super rich area, supposed to be.
Right.
Most people are living like dogs. They're
Yeah.
living worse than dogs. They're living like animals.
Yeah.
And they got these mining companies that they work for, uh, who are in bed with uh, these big companies and they're getting exploited. If three children eating bats, ain't no way where it's millions and trillions of dollars up under my feet, and I'm eating bats. So first of all, I call BS on that whole story on how the illness spread like that. Okay, so in my opinion, that is planted over there. That is planted over there to keep those people in misery, poverty, distress. That was set up over there, man. Because how in the hell the story is too specific that they know not one, not two, but three kids ate
Hey,
one bat.
hey, cuz I was gonna just say this, man. They saying right now that, and this was 2 years ago. This was 2 years and 19 days ago. February 6th, 2023. They said it was 24 trillion United States dollars in natural resources in the Congo alone.
Mm.
$24 trillion dollars.
And you
In
know, America, we like to play fair, right?
fair.
We like to play fair over here, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. As long as you play the
Oh, come
game,
on, man.
stop being
No,
ghetto, and play the
I'm.
game.
Oh,
Don't
okay.
be
Let
ghetto.
me finish my spiel so you'll see where I'm coming from. I said that in the
I'm with you.
Let me finish my spiel. I'm saying that in a sarcastic way.
Right.
We don't play fair over here. We don't play fair. Okay. So right now you got Rwanda having conflict in Congo. Why? Because Rwanda is sending troops over there to help those people that's getting exploited by their own government. Right? See these people that they call rebel forces, man, they don't do nothing but try to fight for the people, man. So you gotta watch how the media play these words, rebel forces, especially when it comes to those African countries over there, man. Because a lot of times when people just fighting for themselves, they're fighting for their family. They fighting against the establishment who's fucking over. So I think that's what's going on in the Congo right now. And I think that illness is man-made. I don't think you have three kids eating on one bat. It's creating all this havoc over there. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I smell foul play. That's my spirit.
Dig that. I mean, we all outside looking in. Our speculations are our speculations. On one end, it's big pharmacy doing what big pharmacy do. They always got something cooking in the kitchen. Then on the other end, exploitation is taking place. Just from past articles of the natural resources that are located in Congo, it's very unfortunate that those people are living in a paradox that they are living in. For instance, if this story is true that children were eating bats, that's a damn shame. It makes no sense. But we don't care. Shit. You're going to keep eating your chicken tomorrow. You're going to keep eating your chicken tonight. Whenever you watch, you're going to still eat your chicken. You're going to still eat your chicken. You're going to eat that pork chop. You're going to eat like it ain't no tomorrow. And I probably will be joining you too, because that's the American way. I think about that line and paid in full. Niggas get shot every day, B. But I'm gonna leave with your chicken noodle soup. You know what I'm saying? Tuck your man in, because it is what it is. everybody ain't ready to activate, and everybody can't activate. And it's not about activating, because right now, the majority of us are stuck in a paradox of where the information is there, but the homework ain't been done. And because the homework ain't been done, ain't nothing you can do right now. You just got to sit back and let the movie play out. You can jump in, go and get your practice up, do what you got to do, and be aware for the next take. But right now, this train gonna keep on rolling. It's unfortunate. We haven't put ourselves in a position to where we can even help Congo. That's as a whole nation of us even having that mindset of where they don't care about us and they think we don't care about them, because it's like a vice versa thought process. And the reason being is because we have been divided. So we conquered. And our mentality has shown, and our actions have shown that we are not able to get over being conquered, because we're not really identify that we cause our own destruction, and we doing our own destruction. So we can face ourselves in the mirror and realize those points. We're going to continually face this nonsense that has been disrespectful. This country was built on our backs. You get $15 trillion in surplus. Where we at? What we got on that?
We still in the hole.
Right.
We have let colonizers divide us, tell us that we're all separate. So we all live and die alone. All these other nationalities, they have unity.
Right.
Black people across the world, we have none. We have no identity of self.
We're afraid of each other. We're afraid to have the real conversations with each other. We're afraid that you're gonna be looked at as revolutionary or some shit. You know, I got kids to feed. Everybody got kids to feed. And they ain't necessarily saying that we trying to go out and take food away from our children. No. It's just saying, where you at? Where your heart at? Where your soul at? Hey, I know you got some on that. Where they soul at, man?
Hey man, I told y'all a couple episodes ago, man. These people have a soul in them that's not upright. They, they, the thing is, man, you think we can change people, brother? You know, and that's our problem. You can't change what God made. Man. God made these people a certain way for a certain reason, and you know, we get caught up in the sauce and thinking that we are part, we're part of what they got going on. You know, we fight to be a part of what they got going on. We die to be a part of what they got going on. And it's not meant for us to be what they got going on. Because every time we involve ourselves, we end up getting the short end of the stick. You know, so it is what it is, man. That's why don't no other people need a savior, need a messiah but us. China don't need a messiah. Russia don't need no messiah. No other people need a messiah but the people that suffered under colonization, and slavery. Those are the only people that need a savior in this world. Everybody else is living in their heaven. Everybody got a little piece of their heaven. But we still in hell, man. We still in hell. And that's what I got on.
Well, I don't know about you. If hell ain't that bad, maybe see, my children grow in some good moments, some bad moments. But I won't be able to recognize the bad moments or necessarily good moments if I don't have either one. If everything was perfect, then there wouldn't be no reason for me to have an existence. So I'm here on this journey. Just like you became a part of my journey. JR became a part of my journey. Everybody that's with us right now is a part of my journey at this point. Because I'm a part of their journey. So I don't look at it as hell is, oh my God, it's brimstone and fire. And oh my God, heaven is going to be laced with gold and gold roads, and I'm eating manna from the sky. I don't see that scenario. What I do see is we enjoy, like I said, the good times and bad times, and we can recognize the difference between the two. And we appreciate what both means in relative to who we are. That's how I look at it. It's always a bigger day, a better day, I say. No matter what happens throughout that day, it's always going to be a better day. Even in your transition, the day that you transition, it's still a better day. As long as you did what you had to do. Now, if you weren't able to do what you had to do, then maybe you ain't ready to transition. And that maybe means that you live on to do something that needed to be done so that you can transition. It just is what it is. Energy is energy. Keep your energy up. That's my last feel. Anybody got anything else to say? I'm going to just say I'm done. You know what I'm saying? That Professor Al, Jack Town, I love you. JR, you got something to say real quick? Ace.
If you've been with us this long, you know what I'm asking. Like, subscribe, and share. Come back for more. We're going to have these great topics for you. As you see, I'm very engaged. This is very interesting to me. And this is near and dear to my heart. I appreciate y'all time tonight. Thank you.
Ace. And last word for the people.
Yeah, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for listening to a couple of brothers. We got a little bit to say. Yeah, man. Hit that like button, subscribe, and we're going to keep it going, man. You know, it's okay to, speak like we got some sense sometimes. Everything ain't got to be ignorant, you know. Be ignorant it's easy. You know, let's try using our third eye a little
bit. Most deaf. You know what they said, man. You've been with us this long. Hit that like and subscribe. I'm gonna just say it one last time. Hold up, let me get you one time in. Speak to y'all, to the people. Peace. Look, class is definitely in session. We had a great time, great spills. Everybody did their thing. This is what Jacktown about. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got the NO in the building. We got Jacktown at its finest. You know what I'm saying? We here. Want y'all to come back and enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Another session with us again. We got plenty more to come. Plenty more to come. We just wanted to have a little fun with y'all tonight. enlighten y'all a little bit about some things, not get too touchy and me, you know what I'm saying, something controversial that'll have you so mad that you don't want to watch this again. We want y'all to come back.